Alright, so right now we are looking at the module 3, that's chapter 3, module 3, and it's all about understanding logical access controls. Basically, we spoke about physical controls before, and now it's logical access controls. Physical access controls are physical, logical access controls are more logical than physical. So basically, when we say logical, it means you can't see them or touch them, right? So understanding them, what exactly are they? They are, just like I've explained, stuff like passwords, biometrics, badge token, access policies, like what do we call it? Sorry, things like using a firewall to allow or disallow traffic and all of those things. All of them fall under logical access control. So they are logical because you can't touch them. And right under that, we have the discretionary access control. We have three of them actually: discretionary, mandatory, and what was the last one again? Role-based access control. Yes. So basically, there's really an important thing you have to get about all of this. It's the fact that they are all policies, right? They're access control policies. Access control policies. The first one is discretionary access control, and basically that means you can give information at your discretion. The basic thing about it is you own the value, you own the assets, and you can choose to give it to someone else or not. This video is an example. You see, I could choose to list this particular video as private and nobody else will have access to that video. On the other hand, I could have chosen to make the video public so others can have access to it. That is because I have discretionary access over it. I hope that is quite explanatory. And then we have the next one to be mandatory access control. With mandatory access control, basically it's just something a little bit different. You see, it's privilege you give to people who have a top level. You know, we talked about privilege access before, and that is where mandatory comes in. So because you are of a high privilege, you are allowed to do something, but that thing you are doing, you cannot pass on that attribute to someone else. That is how mandatory works, right? So basically, it's for the same reason you hear you don't have security clearance for it, or because someone is of this level, he has security clearance to a particular information. Someone of a lower level cannot have that clearance to that particular information. That is the way mandatory access control works. So you can read more on it, even check a lot more, because this actually gives a lot of issues in the exam. A lot of people don't understand it totally, and it's fine. If you want to clarify, you can clarify in the comments also. So we have mandatory access control in the workplace, and there they go ahead to show how it works in an actual workplace. So government policy and the rest. And the last one we have in there is the role-based access control. Now this is straightforward. Based on your role within the organization, you automatically have some permissions. You are an admin, you have admin permissions. You are an help desk, you have help desk permissions. If you move from help desk tomorrow to the financial department, you lose all help desk permissions. And because of your new role as a financial analyst or whatever, you suddenly have all the permissions for a financial analyst based on your role. So that is role-based access control. So those are basically everything we have under the logical access controls, and we talked about the policies, and I hope this makes it quite clear to you. Attempt the questions that are attached, and see you on the next video.